All right. Yes, who can tell me the meaning of these words? Acha, how to pronounce it? These both are aisle. S is silent in both of them. Yes. S is silent. Aisle is the correct pronunciation for both these words. Now tell me the meaning. Anyone? Google one. Which one? No, Google. Google knows everything. If you know, then say. You haven't even heard of aisle.
No, ma'am.
None of you. Okay. What is this?
Island.
ये पता है?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the meaning of this? Translation नहीं पूछा बच्चे, meaning पूछा है. हाँ, you understand that, right? This one is this side. ठीक है? Isle. Isle is basically how it is different from island. Island is basically one area together. Isle is when small areas, small islands are together in a form. ठीक है? जब छोटे छोटे टापू जो होते हैं बहुत छोटे छोटे, ठीक है, वो सारे इकट्ठा होके एक एरिया को रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं. Then it is called isle. Okay, and this isle is this isle area where you can walk. Yes, passage between the rows or the seats. Okay. Done with these? Yes. Done? Okay. Next is any of them, do you know? Amoral or immoral? Okay. What do you mean? What includes in your definition of unethics? Define unethics.
I think moral is very
What exactly does means no moral? Lack of values. Lack of values. Okay, that is its sector. Okay, so according to you all, this is, you can say, lack of values or unethical. Okay, anything like that. What do you mean by amoral? Yes, sit in the front. Two chairs are empty here. There. So that is still finding a corner, huh? Yes, what do you mean by amoral? I cannot hear anything other than principle. Okay. Give me one step. Anybody else who can come up with the answer? बच्चे दीवार पे नहीं लिखा है उसका आंसर. Yes, anybody with amoral? No. Okay. Amoral. Basically, immoral को आप कह सकते हैं कि ये गलत है करना. कह सकते हो ना, lack of principle मतलब क्या? गलत हो रहा है. Amoral means which is not defined right or wrong. कोई ऐसी चीज जिसको आप डिफाइन ही नहीं कर सकते हो कि वो राइट है या रॉन्ग. ठीक है, कोई एक एक्ट परफॉर्म किया जा रहा है जिसको आप डिफाइन नहीं कर सकते हो कि वो सही किया गया है या गलत. ऑन द बेस ऑफ ethics or principles. Examples. Let's take a situation where a person from a family is very ill. वो डॉक्टर जो है उनके पास लेके जाते हैं. Doctor says that he needs a replacement, an organ replacement. So, do you know how organ replacement works in a doctor's office, in a hospital? No, there are list of donors and there are list of acceptors, and that list has been put upon by the doctors by different variables. अलग-अलग variables responsible होते हैं उस list को बनाने में. कौन कितने ज्यादा दिन तक बिना सर्जरी के जी सकता है, कितने लोगों का सीरियस कंडीशन है, किसका कंडीशन उतना ज्यादा सीरियस नहीं है, किसके जो प्रॉब्लम है वो सिर्फ पिल्स के मेडिसिन के द्वारा ठीक किए जा सकते हैं. अकॉर्डिंग टू दीज डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट्स फैक्टर्स उनको एक लिस्ट में डाला जाता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल 4% 5% ऐसा पॉसिबल हो जो क्रिटिकल कंडीशन में हो सकते हैं, राइट? लेकिन डोनर आपके पास एक ही है. In that case, doctor has a huge responsibility to choose which one of his patient would be the acceptor of the organ, right? उस situation में बाकी की जो 4 families हैं, they will somehow blame the doctor in that situation कि उनकी वजह से उनके जो भी उनके फैमिली मेंबर थे उनका ध्यान नहीं हो पाया अच्छे से. बट क्या ये डॉक्टर की गलती है कि उसके पास पेशेंट्स एक्सेप्ट डोनर्स नहीं थे? नहीं ना. इन दैट सिचुएशन आप उसका किया हुआ काम राइट और रॉन्ग में नहीं डाल सकते. उसके सिचुएशन में था ही नहीं कि वो राइट सही और गलत कर सके, राइट? 4 पेशेंट्स उसके पास एक्सेप्टर लिस्ट में है लेकिन सिर्फ एक डोनर लिस्ट में है. तो उसकी गलती नहीं है ना कि उसने किसी 4 लोगों को नहीं चुना. हो सकता है वो 4 लोग जो हैं वो बूढ़े हैं, उसमें से एक बच्चा है 4 साल का, से ज्यादा जरूरत है, right? He is thinking that he is 4-year-old, he had a long life to live, and there are people who are 60 70 80 years old, they don't have long life to live, they still be very ill if they get the organ donation, right? तो based on any of the things, अगर आप उससे कहते हैं कि उसने वो accept किया उस एक person को, आप उसे morally decide नहीं कर सकते हो कि उसने सही किया या गलत किया. ठीक है, उसको जो सही लगा उसने वो किया. You cannot define that, you cannot put it into a definition within a principle of ethics that it is correct or incorrect. Understood? All right. Moving on to the next word. Okay, again, let me give you a simple word. Adverse and
what is problem?
one minute. One is adverse and one is adverse. Just with the same. One is adverse and one is averse. This one I think is simpler if you just think about it. Adverse, you know. Averse, you have heard, but you might not know the exact meaning. If you have read somewhere, you can come up with a similar meaning. Adverse. Okay. Yes, anyone else? Any answer from that? Adverse ka ek definition he told me. Anyone else who can tell me any other definition of adverse? Opposite. Not really. Opposite is too strong a word to use for adverse. Anyone else who can come up with the answer? Adverse or averse? Okay, have you heard the word aversion? Aversion. No. Adverse means unlikely situation. Unlikely situation or something that is harmful. Right? Plastic has an adverse effect on environment. Right? Now, what do you mean by averse? Aversion का मतलब क्या होता है आपको नहीं पता? किसी को aversion का मतलब पता है? नहीं. नहीं. Aversion नहीं. Aversion या averse का मतलब होता है something that is not to our liking. For example, अगर इसको आपने situation से जोड़ा है, इसको अगर आप किसी person से या किसी object से जोड़ते हैं, for example, he has some kind of aversion regarding the people who comes late. ठीक है, जो लोग लेट आते हैं उससे उसकी किसी तरह की बहुत खास दोस्ती नहीं होती है. ठीक है, बेसिकली he does not like those people who come late. So you can put the word instead of likeness or non likeness. ठीक है, अगर आपको ये कहना है कि वो आपको पसंद नहीं है, ये इस तरह के लोग आपको पसंद नहीं है, नॉट लाइकिंग की जगह पे आप अवर्जन यूज कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, डिसलाइकिंग. इसका वर्ड में आप अपोज लिख सकते हैं, इसका मैंने एडवर्स में नहीं, लेकिन अवर्स में आप अपोज लिख सकते हो. दैट यू आर अपोजिंग सम काइंड ऑफ मोशन. फॉर एग्जांपल, ठीक है, कुछ हो रहा है, कुछ इवेंट हो रहा है, उसके आप अपोजिंग में हैं, तो यू आर इन अवर्जन फॉर दैट. Why so late, बच्चे? You see the timing? Do you have a watch, बच्चे? Do you have a watch? घड़ी है? You have forgotten your iCard. That's why you are late. Try to not do that again. All right. Done with this? All right. Let's give you another set. Ascent. Which one? This one is way of speaking. Okay. This one is help.
And to give anyone task, handle over task to anyone. One reason.
Okay. Something near like that. Okay. Any other alternative? Any other alternatives? Assigning a task. No, same thing that he said. Giving authority. Yes, okay, that can be acceptable. Okay, assent means to let's say when you approve or something that can be said. ठीक है? Agreement हो सकता है. Agreement when you agree to do something or approve the A or yes. Yes. Getting approval or giving approval. Assent means to give approval. It is according to the sentence that you will be forming. ठीक है, अप्रूवल लेने के लिए भी assent का यूज हो सकता है, but in a very formal way, not an informal, like in defense ministry or something like that, very formal situation, you use assent for asking permission. Yes, assent means this is not accent, this is assent. पहले ये बताओ.
Accent.
This is not accent, this is assent. Accented with double C. Yes, assent, anyone? Oh. Huh? Sorry?
Accent of
Yes, you are getting that point, but what is the meaning of assent there? Rising notes. When you go to high pitch and those low pitch voices, this means rising up and down. Rising up, you can say. Any movement. Rising up and climbing up, something like that. All right, done with that? Acha. This question is specifically for some of the students because they are not participating in the agreement. That is not going to be all right. No, that's not permanent, but it requires something much heavier than this thing is possible. This his capacity is lower than that. Okay, yes. सही हाँ, बस तुम्हारा एक्सेंट ही जो है ना इतना अलग हो जाता है कि वर्ड ही क्या बोलते हो पता नहीं. Second one is which one? Second, this one. Any alternative? Any alternative for this? Which? Yes, ma'am. Acha, in Hindi you know. Okay, this is called strange. Yes. हाँ, ठीक है. ये क्या? Anyone with the meaning? The simplest or the hardest one is something that you know and something that you don't understand. What is the pronunciation for this? Let's get to that first. This is bizarre. This is bizarre with an I accent but with an A also. I. Bizarre. Bizarre. Yes. And this one? Confront one. Bizarre. Everyone? बाजार है ये. Market that we refer to. So I didn't say you were wrong. You thought you were wrong. मैंने तो नहीं कहा कि आप गलत हो. आपको खुद ही लग रहा था कि ये हो नहीं सकता है. नहीं, बच्चे बाजार ही बोलते हैं. मिडिल ईस्टर्न मार्केट को बाजार ही बोलते हैं. Done with this? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Another one. Right. Are you able to see this? दिख रहा है सबको? नहीं दिख पा रहा है. बामी है बच्चे. BALMY and BARMY. One with a L and one with a R. Yes. This one with a silent L, that's why it's Bami. This with an R because they cannot pronounce R, so Bami. Okay. Yes, anyone with a meaning.
They are issuing P and they are.
I have already told you this R they cannot pronounce. That's why they put it here. Any R that comes in between of a word is not pronounced by the Britishers because they can't. This one?
Yes.
You are near but not exact. You're thinking what happens when you put balm, right? Huh. You're going up to the direction is that good, but you're asking the wrong question. Don't ask what happens. Ask what you feel when you put a balm. Somewhere near, very near. In what other words you can say you are relaxed? Peace.
Peace.
Comfortable. Calm. Pleasant.
Yeah.
Warm. Warmth you have realized. I have told you that. So this is pleasant or warm. This one. Yes. Anyone with any guesses for this one? No guesses?
Proud. Crazy. And foolish.
Yes. Do not use it in the classroom because everyone knows the meaning. There's no fun in using that.
Outside. What?
All right. Done with this? Okay. Last one.
Series. Yeah, it's very popular.
That is not the definition of serial. Sequent manner and pulses. Which pulses? Brain pulses. Sure.
Yes,
Any other guesses?
no, ma'am.
Okay, this is not exactly pulses, but very near. This is grains that are used in breakfast. For example, oats. Okay, these are grains made from grains. Made from grains, breakfast. And this cereal is why do you use just breakfast? Because it is basically used in that sense only. It is made for that purpose. If you're using it for any other sense, it is your own customization for that. Hmm? Counting sequence. Something that happens in series. Okay. Yes. Made from grains. Yes. For breakfast. And with this.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So next class we are going to have a competition similar to that. One word substitution. Do you know what you mean by that?
Yes, ma'am.
What?
Sentence for which you have to say a word.
Yes, a sentence, and instead of a sentence, you have to replace the sentence with one word. Okay. And next class would be a competition. So come prepared as much as you can. Okay. All right. Okay, if you are done with this, a last question. This one is easy. Like this one is really
Course. BCA course.
and this.
First में first is like
Oh, sorry. This is one is COURSE and COARSE. Which one? First one is stream. Okay. Okay. Understand. Next course. And that is not chorus, that is course. Course, COARSE is course, and the other one is also course. One is rated with course of time.
time period.
Time period. Which one? Acha, one more thing I would like to tell. The first course has at least 4 different meanings. One you have already got. Not food, meal. Okay. Stream, food, meal, and
This course.
what you're trying to say, na, that idea is something minimized from person course. In general way, think about it as a general way. Why is it called horse rope course? नहीं, that is course already. एक आपका stream course जिसको भी आप कह लो, जो field आप पढ़ रहे हो, ठीक है. एक आपका meal का course, ठीक है, 3 course meal, 4 course meal, okay. एक आपका course है which he is trying to get. Horse course सुना है बहुत लोगों ने, उसको horse course क्यों कहा जाता है? Yes.
Stable.
नहीं, वो नहीं.
Stable.
What exactly happens at horse course?
Race of horse.
Race of horse. What exactly they do?
They are.
They are running in that direction.
Yes, ma'am. They are living.
That's why it is called horse course, because horses run that course. Course means direction. Change your course of direction. Understood? What third one? One you will find yourself. Direction, their subject, and meaning. A part of it. This course who will tell me? One with the A. Let me give you an example. If you have read a book at the level of nursery or LKG or first class, you will have come across this book. LKG, UKG में इंग्लिश की किताब अगर पढ़ी होगी तो ये पक्का सुना होगा बहुत. और उस टाइम भी गलत ही प्रोनाउंस करते थे, उसको कोरस ही बोलते थे, इसीलिए नहीं याद आ रहा.
Chorus.
Something for read. Okay. Anybody, any idea? Any vague idea? Sir? Rough surface.
I'm confusing.
Chalo, done with this?
Yeah.
Okay, let's end this session here. Yes. Huh?
First one.
Fourth one. Find out. That's your homework. All right. So this ends here. And if you would like, you can get as many words, confusing words as you like. Okay.